Hello, welcome to Eye on Port. This program is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Community Network Services, GCNet, Ghana Revenue Authority, West Blue Consulting, and GOIL Company Limited. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Over the past week, folks, a number of events have occurred in the port industry. Firstly, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has commissioned 3 new tugboats and named them after 3 illustrious former staff of the authority. Here's a report.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has commissioned 3 new tugboats as part of its strategies to attract larger vessels and enhance turnaround time of vessels at the port of Tema. The state-of-the-art ASD tugboats, which are the first of its kind in Central and West Africa, are of 80 tons bollard pull capacity and capable of performing firefighting and rescue functions. The boats were named after 3 former illustrious staff of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, namely Commander K.T. Dovlo, Ben Owusu-Mensah, and Josephine Asante, whose stewardship to the authority is considered exemplary and contributed immensely to the development of the organization and the country at large. Commander K.T. Dovlo and Ben Owusu-Mensah both served as Director Generals of GPHA from 1994 to 1998 and from 2001 to 2008 respectively. The late Josephine Asante, at the time of her untimely and grievous passing, was a dedicated marketing and public affairs manager for the port of Tema. The Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael Luguji, during the ceremony said the boats were commissioned to enhance GPHA's capacity to be able to receive modern container vessels and bulk carriers.
Over the years, we've had different capacities of marine crafts. The biggest we've ever had is 60 ton. These ones are 80 ton bollard pull capacity tugs. And with those ones, we can handle up to even 20,000 TEU container vessels.
He also charged the marine operations of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to do their utmost best to handle the tugboats for it to last longer and harness its potentials and capacities to enable the port business to grow. The chairman of Board of Directors of GPHA, Peter McMahon, said Ghana's ports account for 80% of Ghana's trade, and as part of its capacity development strategies, the Tema and Takoradi ports have embarked on major expansion projects to continue to serve the industry and the nation. He also touted some significant functions the tugboat performs.
It is instructive to note that in line with MARPOL Convention, the vessels have the capacity to arrest pollution before they spread to other areas of concern. Stakeholders will indeed find these facilities very, very useful.
The distinguished individuals who were honored and their representatives commended the management and staff of GPHA for appreciating and immortalizing their efforts.
You give honor where is due. This is why me and my family are very much delighted for the honor.
We are very happy and grateful to the chairman, board, and management of GPHA for recognizing my brother for the immense contribution he made to this port.
The families of Josephine and Mr. Kwame Asante, the widower, hereby express our profound appreciation and gratitude to the management of GPHA for the honor of immortalizing the memory of Josephine Asante.
A symbolic breaking of the wine bottles were performed by the directors of the ports of Keta, Tema and Takoradi to signify invitation of good luck to the tugboats.
In the meantime, the coronavirus has gained serious global scare, and the World Health Organization is doing its best to make sure the disease doesn't spread. Here in the port community, the Port Health, in collaboration with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, is sensitizing all stakeholders in preventive measures. Here's footage from work so far.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, in collaboration with the Port Health Unit of the Ghana Health Service, has embarked on a sensitization drive within the port community to educate stakeholders on the new coronavirus emerging from the Far East, with special focus on its prevention. The coronavirus, which has been declared as a global health emergency by the World Health Organization, originates from Wuhan, China, and has brought significant concern among players in the shipping and maritime industry, considering the role China plays in international commerce and migration. Ports across the world have been identified as a potential conduit for spread of the coronavirus, and Ghana's health authorities have resolved to ensure Ghana prevents any form of spread of the disease. Thus, the sensitization drive is channeling all the needed cooperation from stakeholders of the port, including port operators, shipping lines, clearing agents, security officials, importers and exporters of goods, ship supplies, among many others, to ensure that the disease does not make it through Ghana's ports. The team of health experts visited the Tema Fishing Harbour, where they educated members and staff, and later proceeded to the Tema Fishing Harbour Canoe Basin and Tema Fish Market to sensitize fishermen and fishmongers, some of whom come into direct contact with Chinese sailors. They were guided on precautionary measures against coronavirus infection, including good hygiene practices.
You wet your hands with water. Then step 2, you apply the soap to the hand. You make sure that it covers all the surface of the hand.
Director of Port Health, Raphael John Marfo, cautioned workers to avoid going aboard vessels without the permission of the Port Health, who have to conduct mandatory health checks to declare the vessel safe.
It is to ensure that we put the necessary measures on each vessel. A vessel coming from China, we should now do all the screenings that the WHO wants us to do on board that vessel, because they are coming from what? An infected country.
According to the head of medical services at Tema Port, Dr. Vital Sana Abisi, the exercise is very necessary due to the high level of business interactions Ghanaians have with Chinese, and encourage port users and the general public to take precautionary measures very seriously to ensure that no Ghanaian gets infected with the virus.
We want to appeal to you to just follow the instructions we have given you and try and give us a feedback.
The chief fisherman of Tema, Ni Ajete Mator, commended the initiative but called for improved sanitization at the Tema Fishing Harbour to avert all forms of diseases.
At the end of the year, now me feel doctor about spray the levy. You put about spray the levy. Yes. Because you take Chinese versus me, afi now me discharge low ye Tema Port.
Common signs of infection include respiratory systems, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and breathing difficulties. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. Meanwhile, the Tema General Hospital and the Ridge Hospital in Accra have been announced as the case management centers. The educational campaign would be ongoing in other places around the port community and beyond till the coronavirus is brought under total control.
In a related development, GUTA is also advising all traders to suspend all travels to the Far East to prevent any chance of contracting the coronavirus. Here's a report from a press release. The Ghana Union of Traders Association has advised its members to defer any plans to travel to China until the coronavirus disease outbreak is brought under control. In a press statement issued on 28 January 2020, GUTA said its members should find other means of transacting business other than traveling to that country until the outbreak is brought under control. Quote, the Ghana Union of Traders Associations wishes to advise members of the business community, especially traders who intend or are preparing to travel to China for business or any other thing, to hold on if possible to do their business related and other communications on the internet until the case of the outbreak and spread of the respiratory illness as reported in the media is brought under complete control. GUTA also admonished its members who have returned recently from or are returning from a trip to China and its environs to visit the nearest hospitals for diagnosis immediately they feel any symptoms. The association urged the general public to listen and comply with the directives issued by health authorities. Away from that, to the main topic of the week, Iron Port engaged the president of GIFF, Eddie Akron, on consolidating the role of the freight forwarder in modern port operations. He called for increased consultation with the freight forwarders before policies pertaining the industry are rolled out. Listen in.
The president of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Edward Akron, has called for more inclusion of freight forwarders in policy formulations in the country in order to come up with well-advised policies that will improve trade facilitation in the country. Eddie Akron, speaking live on Iron Port on consolidating the strategic role of freight forwarders in modern port operations, stated that the freight forwarders' role in both trade facilitation and revenue generation from the country is indispensable. Hence, the need for them to be consulted whenever policies are to be rolled out.
I'm basically on my knees. Please get us involved in policy promulgation. Anything that has to do with our sector, anything else is not my beef, but whatever has to do with our sector, please get us involved. It is the only way we can move on. We are the end users of whatever systems that are being brought in. So if we tell you there are problems with it, just listen.
He, however, lauded the initiative to include freight forwarders in the introduction of the paperless port clearance project, but described the exact implementation of the paperless process as waning over time.
If you bear with me, in the initial days, when this was a policy that had been effected, that this is the way it should go, there was a direct hand and a push.
From where?
From government, right from Jubilee House, that this is how this should go. So everybody was whipped into line and make sure that this is how it should.
He said this due to the lack of an able steering hand to drive the vision and objective of the Vice President's initiative, and called for a direct government structure to intervene in the management of the project.
We have almost always talked about a certain governance structure. It is a UN model that has worked. When you promulgate policies, I mean, the government has to have a direct hand in it to make sure it is working the way it is supposed to work.
The GIFF president listed the CTN as one of the failed policies introduced and maintained that his outfit was opposed to the policy because the things CTN was set to do cannot be accomplished.
We made our case again, says, no, we know this, that the things that CTN is set to do, it cannot do. Now, their trump card was to go to the customs agency in the originating country to get the declaration. From that, that the declaration would tell you the true value of what was coming in. And then we proved to them that was a falsehood.
Asked on possible reasons why his outfit may not be considered too seriously in policy initiatives, he attributed the inadequate recognition to the historical antecedents that presented them as informal intermediaries synonymous to that of Goro boys. Eddie Akron emphasized, however, that the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders is a professional body with well-trained members with all the requisite skills needed to adequately perform customs house brokerage and other freight forwarding functions.
What we do is a lot more intensive. That is why we have the academy. So we train those who want to get into this industry, because it's not just the customs house agency bit. As straightforward, this is not just what we do. That's why we train you in a whole, that we give you the whole book.
He, however, urged the trading public to trust the services of freight forwarders to not only broker customs clearance of goods, but also provide just-in-time end-to-end delivery of goods and services internationally.
We are able to do all that because we are networked, So you don't need to maybe get on the plane and go all the way out to maybe Kazakhstan because you need a certain part, for a factory or for production. Because you can actually just contact your freight forwarder here.
The president of GIFF hinted that the growing public concern of miscreants within the freight forwarding fraternity are slightly overrated, as described professional misbehavior as common in all human institutions and not restricted to his outfit alone.
Professional right now. And so you are bound to have, it's a society, it's a human society. You are bound to have miscreants in any situation. I don't care what
any environment.
Any environment you talk about. Okay. So you cannot restrict and then bog us down with maybe one or two things that you hear that.
But he urged the public to deal with legitimate members of his association by scrutinizing and ensuring that they are registered and in good standing with GIFF.
And to the public, general public, if you want to do business with anybody, please do due diligence. Make sure this is a properly licensed customs house agent. He belongs to this association. This is his office. I can deal with him properly. Don't go dishing out your monies to any stranger anywhere who says that, look.
He revealed that they have collaborated with customs to have all recognized customs house agents in database to help importers verify from.
So we have everything in there, from your IDs, your education, your educational standards, everything has been normed in the customs house agency management system. Okay, so this is to ensure then again that if any, at the touch of a button, any customs officer will realize that you work for this particular company.
Answering the question whether it is about time importers and exporters clear goods by themselves, the GIFF president said individuals are open to clear goods themselves, but warned that the freight forwarding job is complex and the agent is necessary for trade facilitation.
So they have to patronize them because that's what I'm saying. The things that you'd have to go through, you should know. We're professionals, okay? The things you need to go through, okay, to be what we are and what we do. So
it gives you the opportunity to understand the system and all of that.
And you really have to be educated. You have to have the domain expertise.
Eddie Akron said the Committee of Freight Forwarding Associations is hoping to have a legislative instrument to enable transform the committee to become a formal establishment.
Iron Port returns after this break.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Dear valued client, the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is now live to make it easy to track your consignment and know the estimated duty payable for both general goods and used vehicles. We are pleased to inform you that the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is available for download on Google Play Store for Android users and the App Store for Apple users. This is the best opportunity for all importers and exporters to know the duty payable on every good under transaction. You can reach the team for inquiries and support by calling +233 242 435 663. Send an email to support@ghanastradinghub.com. To remain updated, kindly follow progress on the following platforms: www.facebook.com/Ghana Trade Hub, www.twitter.com/Ghana Trade Hub, and ghlinkedin.com/in/Ghana Trade Hub. Importers and exporters can download the official Ghana Single Window mobile app, which allows you to track your consignment conveniently and also allows you to obtain your estimated duty for general goods and used vehicles. Please spread the message to everyone importing or exporting. The Ghana Trading Hub mobile app is now live. Download and never be cheated. This is powered by the Smart Ports project under the auspices of the Government of Ghana and the Ghana Revenue Authority. Smart Port, improving Ghana's ease of doing business.
na ye yenya yasase o my kesia ye kan ye hubom ye adwumaden ye beye kese pa ye to a ye tuatua ne da no ene na ye di sisi suku adan ne ayaresabia ade bi yi akwan am ye nya asetena pa ene ne papi eto obi te say withholding tax income tax excise tax stamp ani afoforo pi wo ho a ebia na wo mu nsembisa fa de wo sawutua nkasa ho enu nti ne ye wo ho ma wo ne si e beboa wo eto aketewa bia boa mesra wo boa ne peja Ghana nsi ho yentuo ye dachi.
Welcome back. Some news and activities happening around Ghana's port and maritime industry next. The Ghana chapter of Borderless Alliance has held its annual general meeting to take stock of activities in 2019 and highlight activities for the year 2020. The Borderless Alliance has been championing the drive for improved regional economic integration and free movement of goods within the West African sub-region by various advocacy initiatives. A national forum was held in 2019 on harnessing the full benefits of the African Continental Free Trade Area, as well as the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, which the Borderless Alliance Ghana says it will continue to work so as to ensure that implementation of these regional policies is optimized. The president of Borderless Alliance Ghana, Ziad Hamoui, said his outfit is committed to collaborating with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and the Ghana Shippers Authority to ensure impediments to trade facilitation along the Ghanaian corridor are eliminated.
We were working on the operationalization of the West Africa online platform, which is operated by the Ghana Shippers Authority to help to support economic operators and drivers who are using the corridors and who are facing problems, whether checkpoints or whether illegal charges or illicit fees, and to resolve these issues for them on the go.
He added that in 2020, Borderless Ghana will focus its attention beyond the Tema-Paga corridor towards the Elubo and Aflao corridors and bring to light the activities ongoing there.
We want to also increase the visibility of our activities across not only the Tema-Paga northern corridor but also the east-west corridor, Elubo, Aflao, to highlight some of the activities that are taking place over there, some of the barriers along the corridor.
He revealed that the 2020 regional conference for Borderless Alliance would be hosted in Abidjan, Ivory Coast.
GOIL has ended its EFIE-NE-FIE promotion by rewarding 780 additional customers who received free fuel ranging from 300 to 1,000 Ghana cedis. This brings the total number of beneficiaries who enjoyed from the EFIE-NE-FIE promotion to 2,560 customers who purchased from its 400 plus service stations countrywide. During the promotion, thousands of customers received instant reward of GOIL souvenirs. The beneficiaries of the promotion come from diverse backgrounds across Ghana, and they include commercial taxi and trotro drivers, private vehicles, as well as truckers and motorcyclists, demonstrating the all-encompassing nature of the promotion. In a ceremony in Cape Coast to officially reopen one of its rehabilitated service stations, the board chairman of GOIL, Kwamna Battles, urged Ghanaians to continue to patronize GOIL products as all monies would be plugged back into the country's development.
I appeal to you to spread the message that when you buy from GOIL, you are not only buying quality products, but also helping to keep money in this country.
He reveals that GOIL, within its plans for 2020, will refurbish its service stations to modernize and give customers the best service delivery. The group CEO and MD of GOIL, Kwame Osei-Prempeh, said GOIL conducts its activities with Ghanaians at heart, and according to him, buying from GOIL is another way of promoting Ghana's security. The Central Regional Minister, Kwamina Duncan, praised GOIL's efforts and urged the indigenous oil marketing company to continue to promote national development.
sɛ emu wom anadɛ Ghana ati mu wom a ɔno yɛ zinka yɛhwɛ.
Let's take a look at some international port and maritime news happening around the globe. Over 6,000 passengers who were kept on board a cruise ship in Italy all day Thursday amid fears that one of the passengers might have been infected with coronavirus have received clearance to disembark. The decision was announced after a female passenger who was experiencing flu-like symptoms and fever underwent medical tests to rule out a possible link to the deadly coronavirus. The woman in her 50s and her husband, both reportedly of Chinese nationality, boarded Costa Esmeralda on Saturday, January 25, and were put in isolation on Wednesday night after coming down with flu-like symptoms. The Italian authorities banned anyone from disembarking the ship until medical tests were conducted, putting the ship on lockdown. Seafarers calling at Chinese ports are advised to wear masks and take precautionary measures to avoid getting infected with a new coronavirus and prevent its potential spreading. When entering Chinese ports, seafarers are expected to remain on board their ships and disembark their vessels only where absolutely necessary. The local authorities are requiring all vessels to report the temperature and condition of vessel's crew before entry into the port and alert the authorities in the event coronavirus is suspected on board.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
It's time for the schedule of vessels sitting in the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rates, which you need to know to clear your cargo with.